Okay, the Detroit Lions just made an outstanding addition to the team. It comes on the coaching staff. We've had a little bit of a coaching staff shakeup. First, we thought we were going to lose Ben Johnson. Then we thought we were going to lose Aaron Glenn. Might still, I guess. But then we do lose Deuce Staley, but we've added a new coach that I just absolutely love. The Lions hired Dre Bly as the cornerbacks coach. And one of our biggest weaknesses on this team, without a doubt, on the defensive side, defense in general was, I don't know, are we good? Are we not? We've got some guys developing, but secondary struggled. Corners struggled. And so now you bring in Dre Bly. And now Dre Bly, his background's kind of interesting. I mean, obviously he played with the Lions. Love that picture right there. Dre Bly was one of my favorites. Remember, he came to us in 03 after he won a Super Bowl with the Rams. And unfortunately, he's kind of a poster boy for the old way of the Lions, where we would bring in Azahir Hakeem, Dre Bly, a big free agent, Reggie Bush, Golden Tate. We'd sprinkle in these big free agents. We had no culture, we had no foundation. It looked good. It never resulted in anything, but he played great. He made 2 Pro Bowls while he was with the Lions, 19 interceptions over 4 seasons. Awesome. He ended up playing 11 years in the league. He's a great player. Love him. He was one of my favorite players just because he came here after he won a Super Bowl. He played well. Just, we never really won with Steve Mariucci, and the whole deal never really worked out. But Bly was a cornerbacks coach for North Carolina for the last 4 seasons. So congratulations to Dre Bly. You go from a DB coach in college up to the NFL. Awesome. And remember, the Lions fired Aubrey Pleasant. It was after we fired Aubrey Pleasant, whether it was coincidence or, it was part of the reason, whatever, the defense played much better. The team started winning. And so now Dre Bly takes over for Aubrey Pleasant. And I just think it's I love the former player thing. And that's what the Lions keep kind of messing with me here a little bit, because they keep adding, or they keep making moves that make sense. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to the Lions doing things that make sense. That this makes total sense. You bring in a great player, happens to be a former player, love it. And he said goodbye. Then here's him Thanksgiving, kind of the throwback jerseys, love it. He's got the turkey, Dre Bly. And he says it here. Cool images here. Excited to get back. There he is. Now let's just look at, I typed in NFL worst NFL pass defense rankings. And you can see, maybe you can see it. It's kind of an eye chart. I'll zoom in a little bit here. The Lions overall rank 6th or 7th. Pass deflections, only 62. When you look at some of the best teams in the league, 95. Jaguars played well in the secondary. Wow. Tackles. So basically what it comes down to is we need to just cover better. We end up getting secondary, or we end up getting interceptions from the secondary. But in general, we can all agree, man, if our secondary can play better, especially Jeff Okudah. Jerry Jacobs plays well for just who he is and what we ask of him. But Jeff Okudah, man, if he can just continue to help Jeff Okudah, we're going to add some guys. And what I've come to realize is, yes, there's special quarterbacks in this league. There's special quarterbacks. You cannot teach what Josh Allen can do, what Patrick Mahomes can do. But in general, for example, in the secondary, again, you've got Deion Sanders. There's outliers, of course, but in general, you've got really good players, and they need to be coached up right. And coaching matters, and especially in the secondary, and especially technique. And it's a tough position. The corner, especially, is a tough position. So if we can get Jeff Okudah playing well, if we can get Jerry Jacobs, and then the other guys, Warrier's gone. Mike Hughes might be back. CJ Moore, there's these guys that we're going to revamp the secondary. So we've got a fresh new face in there in Dre Bly, because interceptions. Another one was tackles, which is actually kind of high, which is not good because they're getting into the secondary. So we've just got work to do on the defensive side of the ball. We can't lose sight of that. I think a lot of times we looked at our, we finished 8-2 or whatever it was, and we're feeling really good. But in fact, our defense still needs help. We definitely need secondary help. So to see Dre Bly come in is really refreshing. And remember, Deuce Staley's out. So there's a little shakeup in the coaching staff, but all for the good. I mean, tell me where I'm missing it, but it's like Deuce Staley, see ya. I mean, no, I don't know why he's leaving. I don't know if it's a personal thing, whatever. I never was a fan of Deuce Staley. I just couldn't get behind the rah-rah 1990s coaching. I couldn't do it. And so he's gone. We keep Ben Johnson plus. So there's 2 pluses there for me. I mean, love it. I think Aaron Glenn will return. And I think you add a Dre Bly to the defensive side of the ball. He's young, he's a coach, or he's a former player. I keep saying it, man. The Lions keep doing things that make sense, and it's really kind of boggling my mind, and I don't know what to do with it. So Dre Bly, let me know your thoughts in the comments with him coming on. I got one last announcement here before the end the video. Craig and I have been talking it up, and we are coming out with memberships soon. So memberships, chance to support the channel and get some stuff. So make sure you become a member. That is coming out in the next couple of days. Keep an eye out for that. You can cancel anytime. It just means that you'll see the different things that you get, but make sure you look that up and become a member. Now, last thing I want to say on the coaching staff and the team in general and where we're going and what's next for the Lions. So what's next for the Lions is after the season ends, then we start looking at really draft heavy mocks, combines, things like that. And then mid-March is when free agency kicks off. And that's where I expect us to add secondary help. I expect us to add a nice solid wide receiver. I think Chark's going to leave. I just think he had too good of a season. He's too good of a player to not get some sort of big deal out there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is Chark going to go anywhere? I think he will. So I think we're going to add some nice free agent pieces because in a weird way, and I know Brad Holmes is looking at a bigger window. I don't know what the window is, but we've kind of entered into we got a little window here. Like we've got a manageable contract with Goff. We need to make some moves. And I trust Brad Holmes. He's not going to overspend. He's not going to do anything crazy in free agency, but it's okay to get a couple guys. And we actually have some money this year. So let's get a couple guys in free agency, draft well, continue to develop, coaching staff's in place. Future's bright. And I love this move, and it just makes total sense. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. We will see all of you on the next one.